I've got to admit, RFK Jr. managed to do it. He found a new group of people to replace the Vaccine Safety and Efficacy Advisory Committee who have no ties to companies that develop vaccines. Interestingly, his strategy to do so was to pick people who have no expertise in vaccines at all. I'll describe a few of them and you'll see what I mean. Retzef Levi is a professor of operations management. He has no experience in vaccine safety or efficacy, aside from starting to write Twitter posts and articles about COVID a few years ago.
I personally became concerned with the vaccine safety around middle of 2021.
I read some of his posts from that time, and it quickly became apparent that he was very confident, but also very out of his depth, and there he finds good company with Secretary Kennedy. As it turns out, no true expertise is needed as long as you have a strong and loud enough opinion. Joseph Hibbeln is another newly appointed Vaccine Safety Committee member who is a psychiatrist and nutrition researcher who, interestingly, has published a grand total of 1 paper related to vaccines, which lands him among the more experienced members of Kennedy's newly appointed panel. Now, to be clear, he and other people appointed to the panel have done work on other important topics. I'm specifically focused on professional experience related to vaccines among these people, which is lacking. James Pagano is an ER doctor, and even Kennedy's description of his expertise fails to mention anything related to vaccine safety or efficacy. However, he did care for patients across all age groups, including infants, pregnant women, and the elderly, which I guess is a good thing for an ER doctor to do, but not very evidently related to expertise critically evaluating data on vaccine safety or efficacy. I would pay good money to see some of these people try to explain how vaccine clinical trials are set up or run or analyzed, or even how vaccines work with your immune system. Robert Malone is on the list, of course, one of the biggest sources of misinformation during COVID. Malone claims to have invented mRNA vaccines, but he really didn't. He did publish some early work on one of the early steps toward mRNA vaccine technology, but now he exaggerates that role in order to bolster his source of authority for the tidal waves of misinformation that he's been spreading for the past few years. The list of new committee members goes on to include individuals with varying educational backgrounds and expertise, notably though lacking anyone with what I would consider to be deep expertise reviewing vaccine preclinical or clinical data. The only common thread that I can see among them is that they expressed discontent and contrarian views during the height of COVID, which I guess is now a replacement for actually having expertise. Oh, and to be clear, the committee members that Kennedy removed from their positions to make room for this new group, those were people with decades of actual vaccine experience, analyzing vaccine data, designing and critiquing clinical trials, publishing dozens of related papers. And in the rare cases when those people did have conflicts of interest, they published those conflicts of interest and then abstained from voting. Every vaccine review meeting was publicly broadcast with in-depth discussions of the granular data on the risks and the benefits. Kennedy relies on you not knowing this. Stat News published a great article with more in-depth descriptions of each of the newly appointed members' expertise, or in most cases lack thereof.